Turkish Airlines presents Business Africa.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Business Africa. I'm Ndeo Yoka and here are the headlines. The Think and Do tank, the Okwelians, has arrived in Yaoundé, the capital of Cameroon, for a two-day strategic summit. The aim to rethink the country's socio-economic future up to 2035. On this occasion, we're on site to gather proposals from key players, as well as to give a voice to entrepreneurs who, despite the challenges, are committed to making a difference. This will take us to the heart of the agricultural sector, an essential pillar of Cameroon's economy. Poverty reduction, industrialization, innovation. How can Cameroon achieve its development goals by 2035? This is the focus of the Okwelians Summit, where decision makers and entrepreneurs are proposing concrete solutions for a sustainable and inclusive future.
For 2 days, Yaoundé hosted a high-level strategic gathering bringing together leaders, entrepreneurs and experts. The goal to explore key drivers for accelerating Cameroon's economic transformation. At the heart of the discussions was a crucial question: how can the private sector play a stronger role in industrialization and innovation? The strengthening collaboration between the government and businesses is essential to achieving sustainable and inclusive development. Andre Siaka, a prominent figure in Cameroon's business world, emphasized the need for a genuine public-private partnership.
It takes two to tango, and the same goes for the economy. The government and the private sector must move forward together. As the minister pointed out, the private sector is not just a source of tax revenue, it's a driver of wealth and innovation.
This partnership is key to supporting initiatives such as industrial innovation and fostering local entrepreneurship. According to Jacques Jonathan Niem, who is the founder of the Okwelians and one of the organizers, Cameroon's transformation depends on local initiatives and strong commitments. The summit concluded with concrete commitments. The key proposals for the discussions will be compiled into a green paper, serving as a roadmap to guide public and private policies in the years ahead.
Our guest this week is Jacques Jonathan Niem, lawyer and founder of the Think and Do tank, the Okwelian, which is committed to sustainably transforming Cameroon and beyond. So tell us, what prompted you to create the Okwelian and what is its main mission?
The Think Do tank
came from a heartfelt cry, which is to say the continent of all possibilities. The one to which all eyes are now turned is Africa. Its youths can no longer remain spectators. So we thought it was relevant in Cameroon to create what we call an incubator, an accelerator, a catalyst for youth engagement in the transformation of Cameroon. We focus on strengthening leadership, ethics and creativity. We offer mentoring, coaching and tutoring and encourage community service. 5 years later, nearly 1,000 young people have been trained through our programs. The Okwelians also has another pillar, our Ideas Laboratory, a research action lab that relies on data and favors experimentation. We work on issues such as social cohesion, economic transformation, and good governance. Today, we've had nearly 200 publications, over 60 experts mobilized in the past 5 years, and about 30 partnerships formed.
The Okwelians aim to address a major issue. What do you think are the main economic challenges Cameroon will face between now and 2035?
I will say that the real challenge today is the structural transformation of our economy. We are facing various challenges such as underemployment, the high cost of living, the growing impoverishment of the people, and even external dependency. The real issue is how to change the paradigm and create a more optimal, productive system that can produce what we consume and consume what we produce. That's really the challenge. To achieve this, we need to meet several prerequisites, including energy infrastructure, human capital, education and healthcare, the business climate, and even the structuring of economic sectors.
Your report, Rebuilding the Employees Confederation, makes a number of recommendations. What concrete actions do you expect?
The report on reforming the business community starts from the premise that the state doesn't know everything and it can no longer do everything. In this context of transforming our economy, it's crucial to rely on private initiative and the private sector. But just as we ask the public sector to reform, the private sector must also reform. The challenge of this business community's reforms is to have a more inclusive private sector, geographically covering more areas in Cameroon, including more SMEs and micro enterprises, and expanding into agricultural and industry.
The challenges faced by Cameroon are shared by other countries in the sub-region. Does the Okwelians plan to expand its expertise to other countries?
Today, the Okwelians is based on the principle of the sustainable transformation of Cameroon. We are obviously aware that Cameroon does not exist in isolation. We are members of a Central African think tank network and a Southern think tank network called Southern Voice. Recently, for example, we conducted work here in Cameroon with women agripreneurs in the cassava and horticulture value chains. We were able to identify the challenges these women face in creating sustainable value chains. We've shared these findings with other think tanks. I believe this exchange of best practices is valuable because Cameroon can also draw inspiration from successful models in Southeast Asia or elsewhere.
Mr. Nyemb, thank you so much.
You are welcome.
With the Cocoa Project Roundtable, the Okwelians explored the challenges and opportunities facing the cocoa industry in Cameroon. And on the ground, the reality is palpable. We followed an agricultural entrepreneur working with cocoa beans.
Cameroon, the world's largest fifth cocoa producer and fourth in Africa, generates nearly $1 billion annually from cocoa. Yet 80% of this production is exported raw, limiting local added value. During the Okwelians Summit, experts and industry players discussed the challenges and opportunities of this sector.
We still have the impression that some of our partners are implementing non-tariff measures that often prevent our products, especially processed ones, from accessing these markets.
Beyond discussions on the sector and the future of cocoa in Cameroon, let's head to the field to see how Africa Processing Company is turning this vision into reality. Here, tons of cocoa beans are processed into semi-finished and finished products destined for local and international markets, boosting local consumption and creating added value. In Cameroon, we have chosen to process cocoa and offer both semi-finished products for industries and finished products for local consumption. The idea is to enhance this resource, which is ours but is mainly consumed elsewhere. We make it known in our environment that producers are free to bring their cocoa here. Fewer intermediaries mean more profitability for them. Processing, yes, but under strict conditions. Stringent European standards require traceability and fierce competition in international markets. There are other markets that do not have the same requirements, and we are focusing on those because they are more accessible. We're talking about Asia, the Middle East, and North Africa, so we adapt to European standards only if it is in our interest. In the future, the company will follow the Brazilian model by setting up factories near cocoa-producing areas, aiming to position Cameroon as a leader in processed cocoa.
We're going to meet Futso Ngasa, a Cameroonian entrepreneur and farmer who had to rebuild his business after the serious consequences of the ongoing Anglophone crisis.
Every morning, as usual, Futso Ngasa arrives at his office in Douala's 5th district. This entrepreneur lost everything in 2016 when conflict erupted in Cameroon's southwest Anglophone region. Forced to start over from the scratch, he embarked on a new journey. 3 years ago, he founded Gaju Livestock, an innovative app that is transforming livestock farming across Africa.
Through our platform, a farmer in Kenya or any other African country can connect after subscribing. We help them find customers. The Gaju Livestock app connects farmers with potential buyers, and it also provides easy access to veterinary services.
The application streamlines transactions, enabling farmers to sell livestock and purchase certified products. However, for Fotso Ngasa, securing funding remains a major challenge.
There are too many difficulties in finding funding. It's not easy to start a business on your own, especially when it's hard to find the right human resources.
To overcome some of these challenges, Fotso and his team developed Farm Genius 2.0, an innovative solution that helps farmers monitor the health of their livestock, even in the most remote areas.
You need sufficient capital. Through this Farm Genius 2.0 solution, the farmer can find a solution in the comfort of their production zone, in their farm area when the veterinarian is not available.
Despite the funding difficulties, the African livestock sector, with meat consumption set to double by 2050, offers strong potential, and Gajo Livestock is betting on this growing market.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of Business Africa from Cameroon. To watch this episode again, visit africanews.com and all our digital platforms. See you soon.
Business Africa was presented by Turkish Airlines.